Hello everyone, this is the Blues Hockey Picker, and I'm back at you again with another lock in the journey I have for lock picking and the LPU belt system. And today I happen to have something I just noticed at my big box store when I was there for some other things, and of course made a stop in the lock section. There is a Masterlock 570, and specifically I have the Masterlock 570 KADLH, and this lock, why it interested me is it's supposedly an orange belt lock on the LPUbelts.com ranking. So we'll see what it takes to get into an orange belt level lock. As we found out earlier in a previous video, we found some locks like the Brinks 50 millimeter laminated lock body, such as this, is supposedly a yellow belt lock. And then we also had the Brinks R70 along with the R80, and we found this R70 probably should be a white belt and was nowhere near what that lock was. And even within that yellow belt ranking, the Ace 40 millimeter padlock was vastly superior to even the Brinks 50 millimeter padlock, which is manufactured in the same factory, more likely, at least on some of the stuff we saw previously. So there obviously will be discrepancies between those rankings, maybe in stuff that's easy. But I think some of that can be because the manufacturers change stuff over time, and that's probably part of what happened. So maybe the security in this lock may not be the same as what we'll see in other locks, but we'll figure that out as we go. So for your guys' sake, I will be putting this lock in a vise. But before we do that, let's just cover a little bit about what the Masterlock 570 lock is. And you'll notice that it is kind of a lock that borrows its styling from like the American Lock 1100 series, a little bit smaller in the body, but very similar in design, kind of a long shackle, kind of a narrow body. The shackle is fairly thin. This is just hardened steel. It is not a boron shackle or anything really too fancy. It does have what looks like to be a 5-pin core. We'll look on the back of the packaging here, and it does say, yes, 5-pin cylinder for maximum pick resistance. I gotta chuckle when I see that. And there is ball bearings in this lock, so at least it's supposedly not susceptible to a shimming attack, but obviously there's a lot of slack in the machining of that shackle there, so who knows. Suggested uses: toolboxes, gang boxes, and trailers, gates, and fences. I would probably not use this lock for anything of the sort of guarding anything like a toolbox. Masterlock also only gives this lock a 5 out of 10 for security. So that's probably not a good sign, but at the same time, we saw that in the Masterlock M115 that it gave an 8 out of 10. And that lock for the M115 was comically easy to open. So we'll go ahead and move through this and see what it takes to open an orange belt level Masterlock. This is, again, a 5-pin core. And something else I didn't notice when I originally bought this is this is a key retaining model. So what does that mean? If you're new to that, this lock has a mechanism in it so you cannot turn the core back or extract the key from the core while the shackle is open. Even if you line the shackle back up with a hole, you still cannot turn it back until you insert the shackle back into the lock body. Then you can remove it. Why is it like that? Well, again, remember, this design kind of borrows something similar from the 1100 series, or looks like that. So my guess is it borrowed some principles from the LOTO style of locks that Masterlock has, because obviously the American lock 1100 series is a lockout tagout lock. And for those of you who are new to that, that means LOTO is lockout tag out. And what the purpose of that is when you're working on a particular system, you can lock that system out with either the shackle itself or that shackle through another device that has multiple holes in it and a clasp, and basically allows you to lock that system out from somebody engaging that system while you're working on it. Sometimes that's for procedural reasons, to prevent you from working on another system at the same time. Other times it can be for your safety or other people's safety, to make sure that nobody engages that while it's being worked on. So that's what that's for. I would not use this lock for that. Yeah, I don't believe it is in any way, shape, or form meant for that. And obviously Masterlock did not actually say that in this packaging. It looks like I could borrow some of those designs from that. So let's see what it takes to get into this lock. One other thing I want to point out real quick before we mount this lock up is you'll notice the lock keyway is a little bit different. On the left there, I have a Masterlock number 3, pretty popular laminated steel lock body that you find in many stores throughout the world, especially here in North America. And on the right is the Masterlock 570. You'll notice that the keyway is mirrored. Instead of you know, jaunting off to the right, it actually jaunts to the left. So hopefully you can see that. Bring that into focus there, and you can see that it just jaunts the other way. What does that really mean? All that's going to do is maybe impact how we pick. If I wasn't doing some of the things I'm going to do in this video, I might actually use top of the keyway tension, but today I'll be using bottom. And what that can do, since we're turning right, if you're not careful with your turning tool, it can actually slide up into that lock body. So that would be one thing where you would try to maybe find something that could sit on the bottom here or on top of the keyway tension. But I think I'm actually going to be fine to get away with using that bottom of the keyway tension here for this video. So we'll go ahead and move this stuff out of the way, and I'll be using this pry bar from Sparrows and this pick from Sparrows. So let's get this mounted up here. And why am I mounting this? Just that way it doesn't shake too much when I'm picking. So on the keyway, and we'll insert our pick, and let's go ahead and get picking. Click on 3 as we go towards the back. Click on 4. Click on 5. I think I got to click on 2, and we got that open. That was pretty easy. All right, that is supposedly an orange belt lock. So coming back to that key retaining, what does that mean for you as a lock picker? So as you can see, we still have this lock open. If I insert my turning tool into the face here, you'll notice I can't turn it back. It doesn't want to go. So never fear. If you buy a lock that has that key retaining property, don't worry. All you have to do is insert the shackle back into the body, and then take your turning tool, and you should be able to turn it back. Now there are some locks, I believe you may have to pick it back to return it to its original position. I have not encountered that, but I believe there may be some of those out there. So with that key, you notice the bitting was really horrible. Stair steps down. I am going to try to rake this lock. We're going to use that worm rake from a previous video. We'll see what it takes to rake this lock, if it will allow us to. So we're in, and we're open. So supposedly this is an orange belt lock, and we just raked it open pretty quickly there. So that's what I got for you guys today. Have no fear. I am going to have some more locks here in the very near future from a mail order that I just placed not that long ago. And we'll have some other locks on that orange belt system, and we'll see what it takes to get into those. And we'll probably find they'll be a lot better than this lock. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoy. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying it, and give me your thoughts on this Masterlock 570, what you thought. Thanks.